Hello, I'm Craig Birch here at Manders Real Estate headquarters on the Compton Road in the heart of Wolverhampton with more top tips. And we've talked a lot this week, we talked a lot about it in this week's property bulletin as well, about the various costs of mortgages and the added costs not really being taken into effect by first-time buyers. So it's important to get as much money together and use it as prudently as you can, because obviously with the base of England interest rates rising as well, it's going to be that little bit more difficult to get onto the property ladder. And for those starting from zilch, really trying to get the money together to get onto the property ladder and maybe become a first-time buyer, then you've got to make every pound and penny sing for you. So here's a few tips, a few pointers, just the 5 of how you might be able to do that. Number 1, be in control of your finances. This is very, very important in any aspects of life, really. Make sure you know what's coming in, what's going out. Don't overstretch yourself. Don't live beyond your means. Do prudent forecasts of what you can expect to earn and so on. Maybe even have a bit plugged away for a rainy day as well, because as we all know, things crop up and they need our attention, and so very often it does cost us money, doesn't it? And number 2, opening new accounts or savings accounts. There are various ways you can do this. You can have an ISA. I think the ISA allowance now for one person is £20,000, so you can plug it all in there. But then again, there are a number of savings accounts that you could do. If you were specifically trying to get onto the property ladder, you can look into one of these lifetime ISAs where the government chip in a quarter of what you put in there to an annual contribution limit of £4,000 a year. So that's certainly something to look into. Again, as we previously discussed, making your money work for you and hopefully adding that little bit more to it as well. Number 3, on that note, use a government scheme. Help to buy schemes, lifetime ISAs, there's a lot out there. It's a Google search away. You can look at the Manders website. We've written about it extensively over these past few months. So do your research into all of that, and you never know, you might come across something that could make life that little bit easier for you. Number 2, find a low deposit mortgage. They do still exist. Sometimes, I mean, the lower the deposit, the more you're going to have to pay back, granted, but if you simply cannot get the capital for a 10% mortgage, it is worth looking into alternatives. Again, as we previously mentioned with the government scheme, these help to buy schemes as well do help in that regard, up to about 5%. And if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. It's a roof over your head. Depends on your personal situation and what you feel is right for you. Number 5, speak to a mortgage advisor. We work with mortgage advisors all the time here at Manders Real Estate, approved by the Financial Conduct Authority. So please do come and talk to us, we can certainly steer you in the right direction for advice and what's best for you. But a mortgage advisor could be money very prudently spent, because better to have him draw up something that is going to save you a lot of hassle and money down the line. I'm Craig Birch, and we'll see you again when we have more top tips.